imagine the city or the state is not going to allow that anytime soon, so we're trying to formulate what we're going to do next as far as that goes. Just basically, the past few nights we've been getting more organized as far as getting a schedule of who's going to be there, because it's fallen down to one occupier on the sidewalk, which is both a serious concern that we'll lose the sidewalk, but more so a safety issue for them. We've had a number of people who are seriously mentally ill because Dorothy Dick's closed and they have nowhere else to go, and they're wandering around the city, show up there, so that's been an issue they've been contending with. We've had to form, we don't want to call it security because that sounds like police, so we call it a de-escalation committee or working group to try the best to deal with that, without, shunning people or whatever, just the best that we can. Anyway, so it is going pretty well though overall. Our GAs are getting a lot more organized, much like you guys have here. Now, where they actually are allowing us to have GAs even though we don't have a permit on the Capitol lawn, so we're starting to push the envelope a little bit there. Tonight they have, I believe his name is Ted Leo, an indie rock musician who's coming down and who's going to help promote so we can get the numbers back up again, because that's what we really need down there is numbers right now during the week and overnight. I stayed there overnight last night for most of the night, and we actually did have somebody come to us who's visiting all the occupations from Occupy Wall Street to visit us. So we have generally about, on a good night, 60 to 70 show up for the GA. On a lower turnout night, we have about 20 to 30, and so we're worried because the last couple of GAs have been a little bit thin. But overall, we are doing well. The police have been, holding their own. There's a constant police presence still, and there always will be as long as we're there. They put a camera on top of the Wells Fargo Bank to look down on us. So there was, I know some people might have saw there was a little bit of a scare this morning that people said the police presence is increasing. And I guess in light of what happened in Oakland and other cities last night, people were worried we were going to get arrested, but they backed off, so that hasn't happened. They're doing just fine right now. But anyway, that's pretty much it. So we're status quo. Hasn't changed all that much. We've been there for 12 days, and we're not going anywhere. And we just need enough people to basically, I guess, take the park anyway without a permit or a park of some sort, because we need a base of operation to get the numbers back up. Like you guys have it, where we could set up some tents or something. So, but we are getting a lot of donations. People are stopping right there on the street. They're dropping off food, giving the finance committee money. I mean, it's just, the actual support is surprisingly strong there. I mean, most cars are driving by beeping and thumbs up. You're not getting too much. Of course, the officers are there, so those who disagree are less likely to act out, maybe, as they are here. I don't know, I know I'm hearing that there's been a lot of issues overnights, especially, also there's not as many bars there as well, so I think that's a factor as well. But anyway, so that's pretty much what's going on in Raleigh. We're planning some direct actions. I know there's a bank day on November 5th. We're going to be taking part in that. And I'll be quick. And I know there's some plans to coordinate the Chapel Hill, Raleigh, and Durham GAs to at least meet once together so we can coordinate efforts and see what's going on among the different occupations. I don't have the details on that. They're working that out. Maybe somebody here has been contacted. I don't know, but... And that's what I have so far.
Okay, question is there not another place that's pretty central where you could actually set up an encampment instead of trying to do it on the sidewalk? It seems like it would be much more of a presence.
We've thought about that, and I've been looking at Google Maps for other places that they haven't. There's a lot of parks. There's a couple squares. I don't know how many people here are familiar with Raleigh's layout, but there are a couple of squares that are parks other than where the Capitol is, and they have them all with riot barricades all the way around. Like, they have presence at each one, so they're prepared for us to try to do that. But there are one or two spots, I'm not going to announce it here, that we've been considering, but first we need the numbers. We can't do it with 20 or 30 people. They're just going to go, oh, okay, you guys are under arrest again, that would be it. So we need at least several hundred people, I would say, to, where they're going to think twice about immediately clearing the ground. That's the whole key. If we can't get the permit, we need a force of people to just sit there and take the ground, and then they might just let us stay there for a while, like some of the other cities. We've got to test that. But we need people who are willing to take that risk. So.
see